Welcome back to the Consciousness Cure Summit, everybody. This is Sandra Miller, your conscious personal mastery and transformational health coach. And this is probably one of the most exciting parts of this entire summit for me are the live forums. And today I'm about to bring you 4 high-vibing, consciousness-raising, absolutely incredible people doing incredible things. So let me begin by giving you a brief introduction of the High Vibe Tribe. So Susan Shatzer is a conscious revolutionary in service to humanity, as her prime directive mission is to raise the vibrational frequency for the people, the pets, the plants, and the planet. Her message is to remember your sovereign birthright by striving to be in service to others through love and gratitude at all times, now and forever. Susan is a 12-time #1 best-selling international author, founder of the High Vibe Tribe, and the executive producer and host of the global series Unlocking Your Limitless Life with Susan Shatzer. The next member of the tribe is Lynn, and she's a 3-time #1 best-selling author, master energy tuner, and a facilitator. Now, she's got a background in Reiki mastery, health and life coaching, and massage therapy. And having practiced energy work for over 20 years, Janie learned how to read the energy of the physical body and discovered that she could help others be in alignment with their truth. Janie gathered up all of her tools and created a program called Ignite Your Purpose, where she brings you into alignment with your purpose and truth so you can take inspired action, share your brilliance, and monetize your gifts. By integrating Galactic codes, Janie shifts, upgrades, and integrates you with the codes to activate your alignment with your business, your relationships, your finances, and of course, your purpose. Number 3 high viber is Susan Hayes, the Spark Activator. She's an international speaker, an author, an energy healer, and life coach for all ages. And her primary mission is to empower and inspire others to activate their spark within. Susan has published 2 books and a #1 best-selling author as well. Susan is certified in a multitude of healing modalities and infuses infinite wisdom into her work. Susan's courses, Abundance Academy, How to Activate Your Brain, Body, and Business for Success, is available online. And Susan also speaks Spanish. And last but certainly not least is Ashni Malchand, the breathing and meditation expert. She's a breathing and meditation expert, and she's also the producer of the global TV series, Unlocking Your Limitless Life with Susan Shatzer. Ashni specializes in nutrition, yoga, Ayurveda, meditation, and energy, having globally guided thousands of people to reconnect to their sacred space. Whether you're here today as a first-timer learning about raising consciousness, vibration, energy, mindset work, it doesn't matter. This conversation is one that needs to be had. And so without further ado, let's get to the High Vibe Tribe. I am so excited for this interview, guys, and I hope you are too. So we are here with the High Vibe Tribe. We have told you a little bit about each wonderful lady. Now, let's get into some details. So Susan, start it off, would you, and tell us a little more about your tribe and the mission and what we're here to talk about today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Sandra. Thank you for inviting us to be a part of this incredible conscious conversation that we are all having together. So the High Vibe Tribe was brought together really when the energy on the planet was asking for us to shift and uplift and eliminate humanity's insanities. And we use those words because it was given to us. Mm-hmm. And we were given the prime directive to raise the vibrational frequency on the planet. So we went ahead and we got together that one day, and it was like 4, maybe even 5 hours of us really clearing like targeted specific things that the universe, source, creation had asked each of us to kind of take a look at. So at the end of it, it asked us to keep going, to like not stop there. Like that was like the initial, like we just built the bridge. And so the bridge to cross over for everyone to the happy island that we're on, called the High Vibe Tribe. So it's, so I, yeah, so we use those X's and O's, just like Family Feud, when we live stream in our Facebook group, the High Vibe Tribe, as or ding, depending on, yeah. So we have them like in our little containers that we keep. So this is the yes, and this is the that is the no. It's very interactive. The ladies with me.
You guys are a riot. I love your energy. I love your funness. I mean, this can be a fun topic. Let's face it, the consciousness cure, your mission, my mission was born of desperation. It was something that just said to me, you know, you have a mission, you have a skill, and maybe you thought it was this, but it wasn't. And that's okay, because you don't need to know what it is. You just need to know it is, and then it falls in your lap, right, guys? I mean, this probably, do you resonate with that? And
absolutely.
That's what happened with me. It was the beginning of the year. I was working with tuning forks. I was in a completely new direction. I'm an energy medicine educator, but I've had a skill that like needed to come out, and then the pandemic and the civil unrest. And so this was timely for me. It was like, gee, we need to get together, some of these visionaries. You're doing what you're doing. We're all in little pockets. I think this is a call to action, kind of like Uncle Sam wants you. The universe wants you to raise your vibration now, right? Because we need you.
Okay, Sandra, you made me do it.
2020.
These are our 2020 vision goggles.
Oh my God, I have to have a pair.
Yes, this is hindsight and foresight.
Oh,
Love it.
2020 vision.
We need it. And then let me just share before you guys get off on a roll that while I was creating this, and I knew none of you but Susan, I was sitting here at like, I don't know, God, Susan, it was like 9:30 at night one night, and I had just finished a module for my course. And I happened to see Susan Shatzer was live. I'm like, what's she talking about? And I got on, and I felt like I found a soul sister. And it's not something I knew Susan for prior to that conversation. And she was having a conversation that spoke to me as if they were my words. And I just sat there riveted, almost peed my pants. Like I never moved from the couch. How long? 2 hours were you on?
Yeah, they tend to not be quickies. I'm in for the long haul. You know, what's hard, we're just gonna ride it.
Yeah, and I mean, she just went for it, and it was from her soul, and it was just, and it spoke to me, and I said, oh no, she has got to speak about this with her group on this summit, and that's why you guys are here today.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, we're here, you know, we're embodied, all of us, you, Sandra, the tribe, all of us, we're embodied at this time on planet Earth. And there is a specific targeted purpose, mission, yeah, that we're all here. So what we did was, after we had created the bridge to our happy island, the 100th monkey syndrome or 100th monkey effect came out. And just like the island in Japan, Kajima Island, where scientists in 1975 were looking at monkeys, they noticed that one female monkey took her sweet potato, and up until that point, they were all eating their food with sand and then wiping it off and having sand on their paws. And so what she did was she walked down to the water and she washed her sweet potato off. And then she started eating it. And there wasn't the sand and there wasn't the grit, and the monkeys' bodies do not have the organ that would process that. So what she did was she realized, wow, this was a pretty great idea, right, in monkey language. And so she taught it to all of her children, her siblings, and or they taught it to she taught it to her offspring, and then they taught it to their siblings, and their sibling monkey friends taught it to their parents, who taught it to their siblings, who taught it to their children, and on and on and on. And then what happened was they were all secluded on that one island, and this is us. So we've created this bridge from 3D reality, or Pain Island, where people are right now, and we've created this bridge over to the Happy Island, or Pleasure Island.
Like Ricardo, Fantasy Island.
Yeah.
No fantasies, no fantasies, because that's a limitation. We're not going to do fantasies. So over on our Happy Island, and so we are collecting our monkeys, our conscious awareness monkey friends. And it's people who are waking up, people who have already woken up. And so we are going to create the 100th monkey effect on the planet with positive, powerful, potent potential and possibilities, infinite possibilities for all of us. So the scientists were not just studying the monkeys on that one island. They were also studying monkeys on other nearby islands. And what they realized was that those monkeys who had no contact, no visual, I mean, the monkeys didn't have computers, they didn't have cell phones, they weren't texting each other or video messaging. 1975, none of us were doing that either, but, consciously. So it hit what's called the structural integrity. It's the critical mass. And the critical mass on the island of Kojima hit it, so that way the consciousness of the monkeys, right, far surpassed the reach of just those on the island, and it started to influence the behavior to all the other monkeys on all the other islands, until soon everyone was washing off their sweet potatoes. So that, my friend, is our target, our goal, our mission. And each of us have a different aspect that we bring in from all of the different, our bios, really, Sandra, that you had shared with all of us, that we bring a specific capacity, talent, and ability to each of you, that when we bring it together, shifts and uplifts where you are. Like, you leave empowered, and just by being in the container, we call it a container, Sandra, of the Conscious Cure Summit right now, you will be receiving. And whether you hear our voice, you see our video or not, it is still transcending, because we are all in the quantum field together, into different possibilities. So yeah, thank you so much.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. And I love that you said that.
Yeah, did that explain kind of, the 100th monkey, where we are? Okay, cool.
That's awesome. I think that's a really simple explanation. Like, when I say to people that all the matter in the universe could fit into the size of a sugar cube, right? Yeah. We know this. So when the big boom happened and everything separated, only the physical particles separated. So people, I feel, really have to open their mind. They don't have to. Nobody has to do anything, but they should open their minds to things that they don't understand, because we are still connected, and that is the way. Our consciousness is collective. We share it, right? And so I think that many people are feeling the effects of other people's emotions today. It really is kind of rubbing off. And
yeah, it's not even just emotions. It's the, manufactured propaganda, campaign from the media, from the powers that be, from, those that would like to instill in us a level of fear. Because what happens is it's one of our human superpowers, literally, Sandra. We have the superpower of co-creating together. And when we co-create, and even it's biblical, when two or more people come together in my name, so shall it be. And pray in my name, so shall it be. And so that is a truth for all of us. It is our sovereign birthright that we can co-create that which we'd like to have in our life. But we were never taught this. This is what we would like to see. So, Janie, I know you have specific things that have been showing up for you, with your son, with the family, with things that are happening. Would you share a little bit about that and how it relates to the High Vibe Tribe and the 100th Monkey Syndrome and Pain and Pleasure Island?
Absolutely. So, it was actually pretty cool, because through this whole thing of stay home and whatever, actually even way before that. So I've been told for quite a while that I will be bringing something into reality that has never been here before. And I thought, great. What is it? I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm me. I've never been here before. I'm here now. Right? So that has actually showed up, and it came in like 3 years ago, and I just dismissed it. And through this whole quieting down and staying at home and tuning in more, it just was like hitting me over the head with a frying pan. I'm here now. This is what you're doing. And so I went and had a channeling session because I was like, I want clarity. And so who I talk to when I channel is my star mother. And she said, this works like the 100th monkey effect. And so then this, you know, yeah, so I was playing with it and I was expanding, I was creating a whole new thing, a whole new website, like everything was new with this. And so then this comes up and I asked Susan, what's the topic? She goes, the 100th monkey, should we change? And I was like, no, it's got to stay the same. That's perfect. I mean, and like it was within a matter of days. So that is really cool. And synchronicities, right? So how this all fits in is that, you know, every molecule has consciousness. And right, so we're made up of molecules which all have consciousness. And then in your DNA, we have what's called the junk DNA. What is in this junk DNA is the God spark. So what has shown up is my mission and purpose here on Earth is to activate this God spark in the junk DNA of humanity. So we were given this from the very beginning by benevolent ET star groups, and we are genetically I can speak English today. We're genetically predisposed for enlightenment, which is interesting because I have always said that everyone's intuitive. Everybody has gifts. Everybody has abilities and capacities. It's just what you do with that or not do with that, or what you pretend. Yes. Ding, 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 ding. So when the God spark gets activated, when I do that, I use what is called the galactic light codes. So then it gets activated, and what happens is we can no longer be manipulated. Our gifts come in, our psychic abilities get activated and tuned on, our intuition. The powers that be can no longer do distraction. Like, these are all the things that we've been battling against. You know, and like I was told for so many years, this has never been done in the history of the universe. This will absolutely change life in this universe from what we currently know it, and what it has been, to absolutely what we've all been asking for. Yeah, it is all the possibilities that we've been asking for. So I'm so excited to, you know, to bring this.
Oh, sure. Me too. That is really exciting. You would love, if you haven't heard of him yet, Saul Luckman. Saul Luckman has sound and light codes that are recreating junk DNA. And his book is called Potentiate Your DNA. Super interesting stuff. So, I mean, you are both tapping into this same source of wisdom, only you're probably going to do it in your way, and he did it in his way. I think he's like, he's authored, I don't know, 6 books or whatever, but the journey that he went on and everything. So, I mean, you are tapping into some seriously conscious wisdom. And this is something that we need. We need this right now. Those of you who are more sensitive to this kind of thing, we all receive our messages differently. I heard in my ear, I was listening to Kerry Cannon. Kerry Cannon is a speaker on the summit today, and tomorrow. And I was listening to her consciousness alignments, and I got like a drop. I got like a download that said, "The consciousness cure." And I said, "Yeah, what about it?" You know, like, okay, I get it. I wrote it down, and I'm sitting there, and it said, "You're going to write a book." And I looked up and I said, the hell I am. I don't want anything to do with writing a book, right? But I wrote down the name, bought the URL, which became the summit. So who knows? But I mean, this is all, we need a handbook for humanity, guys. Let's write one, right? We need, who the heck knows what they're supposed to do when they get here? They know nothing about their body. They know even less about how their mind works.
Yeah.
And they don't realize that thoughts and feelings are energetic, electromagnetic, magnetic, and that we get pulled towards these lower energy emotions. But you can move that stuff. And so it's just something it's a concept and an idea and a truth whose time has really come. So I can't wait to hear about everybody else's piece of this. So who's next?
Yeah. So we were just talking about sparks. And so we have a spark activator on our team, Susan Hayes. So Susan has an incredible story about how this kind of like dropped in for her. And she had been asking for it and it showed up. So Susan, would you be willing to share, how that showed up, how that happened, and like what you're doing with it?
Oh gosh. So we talk about this, Janie talked about the God spark. That is what it is. This God spark is really all of us. It's that oneness that has always been there. And it's just a matter of being able to perceive it. And so when Janie says it's the first time ever, it is because we haven't had our vibration high enough to be able to even perceive it. Like it hasn't literally been it's been there, but we just weren't able to perceive it. And so more and more of us, as we're clearing out, so we talk about these emotions, we really do need to individually clear our emotions, our emotional baggage within, so that outwardly we're able to perceive and activate the spark. That again, it's like turning on a light switch. It's like it's there. We already have it. It's not like we need to create it. It's already there. And so I used to do breath work. And so I very much understand the mind, body, spirit connection and the trapped emotions in our bodies. And I'm really seeing it coming out with this COVID, because that anger and that frustration is coming up for people. And it's an opportunity, people. It's an opportunity to let go of these emotions that may have become trapped, that we kind of have stories with, whether it's from long ago or recently. It's an opportunity to let go of them, to clear the path, so to speak. So it really is up to each and every one of us in getting back to that spark that has started to become buried within us. We all have our gifts, as Janie and Susan were saying, and I think you too, Sandy. We have our gifts. We are born with our individual gifts, but they get buried with these distractions, with these belief systems, this programming, the media. Not all media is bad, but this manipulation into us believing and being distracted externally and not really recognizing what the real truth is, and being able to perceive this God spark. The good thing is we're getting closer to that, because we're becoming so aware, and there's enough percentage of this monkey effect that we're at that tipping point where more people are going to be like, oh, wow, there it is all the time. I just couldn't see it. How cool is that? And so I used to do this actual body work, and now it's more with my words. I speak with my words, and I recognize that the words are another way to send that message, and are just as powerful. Sure. And helping we all show people the way. The way is there. We're just showing them and helping them to shift, to say, see, it's right there. And helping them to let go of some of those limiting belief systems, and become aware of that. And I just want to mention one more thing. Yesterday, I kept seeing COVID alert, COVID alert, 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 COVID alert. We're seeing it over and over on the road. We're seeing it in the supermarkets. So our brain, when we keep seeing that and we see it, paired with alert, like we think emergency, like, oh my God, I got to be on guard. Right. So we get into this fight or flight response, which induces stress. And then we're able to see clearly, what we already know. And so it creates more stress. And that's why it's really important for everybody in what they do is to help shift, to say, well, wait a minute, is there really an alert? And what do you really know? Yeah. So it's,
propaganda alert when I see it,
Yes. And so if people clear out some of these trapped emotions and these limiting belief systems, they're like you, Sandy. They can be like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, that's propaganda. I'm not buying that one. You know, they're clear enough to see that. So as we clear out this emotional baggage, more and more of us, more monkeys. That used to be my nickname in 5th grade, by the way. More synchronicities. So yeah. So now I use the power of word.
That's beautiful, and I think that's probably why, you know, where a lot of us, there are languages that are not verbal. Light is a language.
Yes.
Frequency is a language, and our bodies are receiving these frequencies, yes, and this light and this language, but the message gets scrambled because people feel like they're in emotional jail. And so I really feel that what we all need to do in this field is to help people realize that you have control over your thoughts, and you are the creator. You are not the createe. This is not happening to you. And that just in an instant, if you just choose to think about something that makes you happy, even if it's like what the world could be like for you, you just shifted your entire being. And if we can do that more often than not with tips from a High Vibe Tribe, or sound, or frequency, or light codes, or breathing, or Ayurveda, or the wisdom that has come before us, we've been given the pathway. We just have to step into the footsteps of those who came before us. So they were a hell of a lot smarter than we seem to be, or they just weren't under as much pressure. So
yeah, Sandra, it's interesting that you bring that up, because so forced stress on a species, okay, increases the speed of evolution. So if we were going to look at what's right about this, we're not getting, right? So what if it could be, right, that we're being forced through stress, through fear, through anxiety? A lot of people, thank you, Ricardo. He's nodding his head. Yes.
Can you hear me, by the way?
Yes, we can hear you.
Gosh, thank you. I'm so sorry. I was trying to figure, this is the first time I get on Zoom on this new computer. I had to try, I didn't know where the volume was, and I couldn't hear you guys very low. I was trying to set up my headphones. That didn't work, so then I figured
that's okay. We have the ladies for a few more minutes, and we'll give you a few minutes at the end, definitely, so you can share with us. Is that okay?
I'm all ears.
Thank you, brother. You're here with us. We see you.
We see your mothership in the background.
Yes, we do.
Let's go.
Perfect. It's perfect. Yeah. So you know, we're looking at a lot of areas where a lot of people are saying it's wrong, it's bad, or this is good and right. Like, we're really being tossed into two groups, and that is duality and polarity. Yeah, and so it's this back and forth and back and forth. And so the High Vibe Tribe asks, you know, everyone to step into neutrality with, it's like, okay, I'm willing to acknowledge that that's what's happening. Like, COVID is a real illness. Like, it is a virus. Okay, you can die from it.
Yeah.
And, you know, what else? Haven't you been willing to acknowledge that if you did acknowledge it, could change, choose, and institute like a different reality for everyone? Right? So I know Susan was just talking about breath work, and we have a breath and meditation specialist on our team, Ashley Mulchin. So I would love, Ashley, if you would share about breathing and the whole mask concept. You have a huge awareness with that. Would you speak to that for all of us?
Sure. Thank you so much for having me. Of course, yes. We as beings, human beings on this planet, we don't really realize that everything around us, the air around us, is the same as water is for fish. If you take a fish out of water, what happens to it? If you take a person out of air, if you put them in space somewhere where there is no oxygen, they can't breathe, what's going to happen? You become blue. And maybe you come back, whatever. This is so important, because as I am coming from a background with breathing, conscious breathing and breath exercises, but I also use Ayurveda. And in Ayurveda, you mentioned it just now, Sandra. In Ayurveda, we use nutrition to come back and align yourself, body, mind, and spirit. So, body, breath, mind, spirit. What are what is nutrition? Nutrition is everything you actually absorb and take in with all your five senses. Not only eating, it's not only what you eat, it's what you hear, it's what you see, it's what you think, it's what you feel. It's all of that. And when we as conscious beings have that full awareness of knowing to be in control, okay, I'm getting this thought. Is this my thought? Is it a positive thought? Is this thought making me feel happy or sad? Who is in control of being happy or sad? Whose job is it to make you feel happy? Someone else? Honestly, it's yours. Anyone in the world, especially maybe around your loved ones can say whatever they want. And because you have the connection with them, you love them so much. So when they say something that is negative, guess what? It hurts you. They have not hurt you. You are the one who allowed whatever they said to affect you. So you feel sad and hurt and your energy went down. Guess what? In that split of a second, you can decide to brush it off. No, it's not true. Oh, they think that way. It's their way of thinking. It's whatever they want to think. That is not true for me. So I choose to breathe it in, breathe out, let it go, and be uplifted again. Make yourself feel happy. We also don't realize how important our breath is. When we're stressed, how do we breathe?
We stop.
Sometimes you don't even get like enough air in. When you're happy, how do you breathe? Your breath is light. You don't even know that you're breathing. It just happens automatically. When in labor, how do people breathe?
A lot.
We've seen it. If we haven't gone through it, we've seen it.
Long time.
So,
I've seen it.
if we can change and be in control of how we breathe, then we are also in control of how we feel. And when we are in control of our emotions and how we feel, whatever we bring from within also moves throughout. So if, for instance, you recognize only negativity outside, you see this, oh, that's wrong. You see that's wrong. Like everything coming to you, it's like, it's wrong. Maybe it's time to stand in front of a mirror and watch the inside of your own eyes, because me is the only one who can be true to me. And when I do that, I get a chance, not just everyone who does that gets a chance to go a little deeper. Touch whatever is causing that certain emotion to well up, which may be negative, and release it. Is it something from the past? Is it something from the future? Our mind has the tendency to either be stuck in the past or plan for the future and get anxious about the future. And where are we? Here, now. And we forget to have fun and be happy while we're here. So we talked about the mask. Yes. How many of us were like, okay, I'm not going to wear that mask. I don't need it. I I went to the shop the other day. I had a problem with my phone. Guess what? I was not allowed inside. I had to put on a mask. And I'm like, you guys are so dumb. Yes, I have a mask. And I put it on and I was helped with my phone.
Isn't it funny, Ashni, that you cannot go into a store with a mask because they don't want you contaminating somebody, but it's okay to have a crappy attitude.
Yes.
Right?
And you can imagine.
That's okay. You're not affecting me. Yes, we affect each other.
I couldn't buy Costco pizza yesterday. I was out behind the window and the guy said, put on your mask. And he was behind the window and I was like 15 feet from anybody else, but I had to go get my mask to buy pizza from Costco. And
Susan Hayes, do you walk into a store and put up your happy face?
You know what, Sandy?
Face.
Happy face. Because I don't usually have a mask on, but
unhappy mask.
I'm bringing it now.
Don't spread your unhappiness on me.
Tell me about it.
And sometimes, I don't know if you guys have noticed, because when you see the mask, people are wearing their mask, but you actually, through their eyes, you can know if they're like grumpy or if they're happy. Like their eyes, the expression of the eyes, they say so much.
Everything, yes.
You know?
And what about the words, I can't breathe? Oh, how frightening is that? I don't think people realize what they are creating when they say that. And then what do you hear on the news? Oh, because people are out protesting, they're getting COVID. I'm not even saying it. Those words will manifest. Right?
Sandra, it's programming. You know, and this is not new to us. You know, Hitler did it, you know, back with the radio. I mean, he knew that mass media was the way to influence the most amount of people. He knew that he needed to control, he needed to have it. And, you know, when you think about it, you know, he burned like books, like all the books in the country, they burned it. Well, our censorship of our media, our censorship of our internet is our books. It is our reading material. And through censorship, they are just as Hitler was, you know, burning books physically, you know, they are burning our information, our books, you know, on the internet. And so, but that is like just part of how they're doing the control mechanism, you know, back and forth, how they're creating fear and panic and anxiety with us. And those are all low vibrational frequencies. Like you can go to Steve Hawkins' chart.
Oh yeah.
And, you know, blame, shame, regret, guilt, anger, rage, hate, that's all low. So guess what? When you're low, you're on planet Earth. We're all here. You know, like attracts like. So if you're low, you're going to attract low frequencies, low information, low experiences, low relationships, lower vibration. So we're here as the high vibe tribe to raise the vibrational frequency, raise it with awarenesses that we have, and that's where science meets awareness. So we invite you from the pain island on planet Earth 3D where you are to come play with us on Pleasure Island, because all of our doors are open.
Yes.
There's our doors. They are open for you, for all of humanity. And our mission is to bring in that 100th monkey where we all gain an awareness, and we don't have to be listening for it or watching it on the news or the TV. We will receive it energetically, and it's where our unconsciousness flips to consciousness, just as those other monkeys got to receive the benefit from that one female monkey who washed off her sweet potato.
Yeah. So spending time with people like the High Vibe Tribe, or people who have a brighter outlook, a higher level of consciousness, who are happy most of the time, it can't help but rub off. And that's what, if we can help one person on this summit to raise their vibration, according to Greg Braden, one person who raises their consciousness influences 7,000 other people.
Sandra, the same is true too. When one person eliminates a limiting belief, it frees up those same 7 or more. Because do you remember when we were kids and we would make the card pyramids, and you'd make 2 cards and then 2 more cards, and then you lay a row of cards and then make another, and you have a whole pyramid of cards? Well, that's what we do. You know, we go in and we pull the bottom card out. and it collapses the entire tower. So, you know, we weren't taught this, but this is, you know, physically, scientifically, emotionally, mentally, this is how it happens. You have a point of view about something. Something is right or wrong or good or bad. And then what happens is somebody else goes, you know what? I agree with you. You're right. That is wrong and bad or good and right. And then then what you do is you, because like attracts like, you have an experience. So you set up your next set of cards next to that and you go, you know, see that? I told you. I told you that's what was going to happen. That's the truth, isn't it? Somebody goes, yeah, that happened to me the other day. So together, two or more people come together, right? Just like the card deck. Mm-hmm. So we're here to pull it out, collapse the card deck of limitations. And guess what? When you collapse it, you free up everybody else that was helping you lock it into place. And that's another layer of the onion that people are shedding. You know, more and more people are waking up. Like there was teenagers that stood there at the riots and said, you know what? These bricks here, you know, there's no, you know, construction going on. There's a pile of bricks right here. They're aware, they're conscious, you know, and all of the work that we've been doing, you know, the volunteers that are here that are giving time, energy, space, place, consciousness, realities, universes, non-universes, parallel, multidimensional, beyond. Yeah, you got that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That just went whoosh. It's okay, it's a boomerang. It'll be coming back around in a minute.
It's time to go 5D. I mean, honestly, living in a three-dimensional reality is good for some things, but it doesn't serve us as lighter beings. We were meant to raise up. And, you know, so many people out there right now, they're feeling out of place. What am I going to do? How am I going to do this? And they also have goals and dreams and desires, but it's getting rid of those limited beliefs that if they were just able to do that would allow them to soar beyond anything that they thought possible. And there's no better feeling in the world than that. Not money, not power, not anything. And so that's what this, like I said, this whole summit was about that. Even the work that I do, helping people shift instantly, energetically, because thoughts are energetic and feelings are magnetic. And if you can shift that stuff, right, where your energy, where your intention goes, your energy flows. And so just getting them to shift into something higher, even if it's for a second, you know, it's like riding a bike. The first time you get on, you might fall off. But the more you flex that muscle, that emotional muscle, the feeling is beyond anything that's describable.
Because together, we change the world.
And right, exactly. So if you have, each of you has a tip, like if you were to help somebody make a shift today and they don't have access to you and your sort of higher vibration consciousness, and you wanted to leave somebody with something memorable, what's the one thing you might tell them? And then we're going to let Ricardo come in and say hi to you ladies, because he's here. He is present.
He is. He's here. Check. Yeah, I would suggest the fastest and quickest way to shift energy at any given point in time, anywhere you are, anywhere in the world, 24 hours a day, is through music. Our bodies are electrical. We have an EKG and an EEG, but our beings are acoustical vibrational beings. So when you're looking to shift mood, shift frequency, shift your attitude, shift your body language, shift, you know, create nurturance within your body, it would be through music. You know how when you put on like Michael Jackson or the Pointer Sisters, or right, like exactly, you automatically step into, and you drop everything, and your body just starts to, you know, do its thing. So that is the fastest, quickest way that I'm aware of right now to shift anything that is not working for you in your life, any mood that you have that you would like to change, put some music on.
Movement is the movement of energy. Awesome. What else do we have?
I do. You know, I have two little guys who are now 10 and 11, almost 12. And, you know, they're brothers. They fight. And we've used this actually for years. And then I discovered that Greg Braden loves the heart math stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But to put your hand on your heart
Hmm.
brings you into your heart space. And if you're truly in your heart space, there's no room for anger and judgment and rage. And so what I have them do is I put your hand on your heart, breathe, and then you say your name. And that brings you more into your center. And it's with kids, they need something in the moment when they're that mad to disrupt the situation.
Yeah, Jane, what's really important about that is that you can't be in gratitude and have anger at the same time.
I always say that.
Exactly.
You can't be in the good mood and the bad mood. They're two different energies. Yeah, exactly. Even neutrality is a great place to be. That's where it all starts. Excellent.
Yeah, and there you can do that anywhere. I mean, you can dance in the grocery store too. That would probably be fun. That would definitely change the vibration of everybody around you. Hundredth monkey dancing effect.
It would clear the aisles. You'd have no problem getting your stuff.
I'm getting ketchup.
I know. They've done studies where they put someone on a train who just started laughing, and you could physically see the transformation that everybody went in just by him laughing. And it went from, you're weird to, okay, now you're annoying me, to joy. Like, it was like this stage of progression of conscious awareness that took place. And I'm like, people, they ask me, like, what do you do when someone comes at you with anger? I go, I just start laughing. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, because I'm not defending. Yeah, I'm not defending against them. And
yeah.
I don't have to
that resistance makes it worse.
Yeah. And that would lock it in, and then you get the charge. So Susan, what's your hot tip?
Yeah.
Well, I obviously those are amazing. So, and probably could be for younger kids, but older, but I like to put on my rose-colored glasses. And so to look at whatever situation it is, and Ashni spoke to this, that it really isn't about what other people do or say, or even the circumstances we're in. Know that life is happening for you and not to you. And so when we put on those rose-colored glasses, and I actually put them on, so and you might have your own rainbow-colored, blue-colored, and just putting those on, it kind of like is it's like a cue, like, oh, wait a minute, now I'm going to look at this a different way. I'm going to shift my perception. This person said this to me. However, what am I going to say to myself, or am I going to allow that? And like, what is my truth? Yeah. And if there's any bit of a trigger, then I know that there's some part of me that doubts that. So it's taking charge of my life and not allowing others to affect me. And so, yeah, rose-colored glasses.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And that is a skill that I think the more you spend time around people who do it, are able to do it, the easier it comes to you. You start to have better self-worth. And, I think that people defending themselves and defending their spaces and their boundaries is a tough thing for people. So that's great. Ashni?
Yes. One tip I want to share with everyone who, whether you have money, whether you don't have money, you have life. You live in this body. When you wake up each morning, before getting out of bed, lay there. Either it's morning, either it's afternoon, whenever you wake up for the day, lay down with your eyes closed. You can put your hands on your heart, on your stomach, or wherever, and check in with each part of your body, starting at the toes, your feet, your legs, all the way up to your thighs, your genitals, your organs, in your stomach area, your heart area. Just the physical way of connecting with this body that you live in. Be grateful. Thank it. Thank that higher force that allows you to be here and wake up one more day. Be grateful, be thankful. Take a few deep breaths in and out. Don't have any, oh, this is what my day is going to. No, just be with you. Be in the moment and then start your day. That's all, and anyone can do this anytime.
All good tips. So, Ricardo, what would you like to say to the ladies? You've got them for just a few more minutes.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you very much for having me here. It's a pleasure. I just want to catch my breath because all you girls take my breath away. And the high vibrations that
It
I
was
feel.
Susan's.
We meant to give you breath.
But I've never been such high vibrations, around so many high vibrations, so it's like I'm trying to calibrate myself, if you will. But it's important to know that what I do to protect myself when I know I'm being hit by negativity is I have like a jukebox in my mind, music and stuff like that. And so I have certain songs that I play depending on what the negativity is. You know what I mean? So one of those songs that I like to play is, of course,
Yes.
can you hear that?
Yep.
So then,
I'm happy.
and the part that I like is this one. Here comes bad news, talking this and that, right? Well, give me all you got, and don't worry back, right? So I like that part because that reminds me that you can give me anything you want, but I'm gonna stay happy because I choose to be happy, And there's another song called also "Had to Have High Hopes for a Living." Remember that song? Do you know that song?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, and so whenever I get attacked, I just play back certain songs in my head that just bring me back to remembering who I am. And another one is I think the universe is on my side. Have you heard that song?
Yes.
Yep.
And so it's important to have a repertoire of songs in your head that you can instantly just play in your mind and then just shift your energy right to that, however that song makes you feel.
Absolutely.
And if you add movement to it, of course, all of a sudden it's like, it's gone. You're there. And
we've got to get going. We are at the top of the hour, and this is going to be pre-recorded so we can all enjoy this over and over again. Here's my tip. Don't go anywhere. Spend the next 3 days with us. We've got some great stuff happening. So we have the High Vibe Tribe today on the forum. Tomorrow, we have Eileen Day McCusick. She is my mentor in the Biofield Tuning Institute, Creator Biofield Tuning Method. We're going to talk about sound healing and vibrational healing and all of that good stuff. And I am going to help you to lose the WAIT, lose the weight, how to stop procrastinating in 6 weeks or less. And I'm going to do my workshop live. So,
awesome.
Mwah, love you guys.
Yeah.
I'll come share with you again, and you come share with me again.
Thank you,
Let's keep
Sandra.
those vibes up, right? Because I'm
Ricardo.
happy.
Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy, clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Love you guys. Love you.
Thanks, everyone.